Hey there. So this is the theatrical proposal for Scrubs by me, Katie Prudenti. This will be performed at New Perspectives Theater Company. Hello, my name is Katie Prudenti, and I am the playwright for Scrubs, a work in progress that I've been working on for a few years. This is a very heavy story to tell and must be done in a way that will not set off the audience. This is a suicide play, therefore it may affect modern audiences heavily. With that said, I have many ideas for what must be done to make this show shine. I have done everything in the theater since elementary school, and I mostly stage manage. However, with this being my own written piece, I would like to step aside from my usual duties and let others take the lead. New Perspectives Theater Company is located at 458 West 37th Street, New York, New York 10018. Their mission is to 1. Develop and present, 2. Present classic plays, and 3. Present theater to underserved audiences. For their Women's Works Festival, I will be submitting my play, Scrubs. I used to intern here in 2014, and I'm close with the company's director and founder, Melody Brooks. I am very excited to finally put this play up in an environment I feel comfortable in. Scrubs is a difficult yet simple play. It's difficult on an emotional level. We want to show audiences what it's like in the mind of an abused, suicidal person, which is a very touchy subject. It's simple, however, with set, props, even the costumes are quite simple. I think the most difficult elements will be the lighting and sound. There will be many moments where these elements will be crucial to the understanding of the play. The play is still a work in progress and has no ending as of right now, but it will be complete in time for the Women's Works Festival. We need someone skilled in lighting and sound, and someone whose directing skills are beyond amazing, because this show is tough to understand and must be taken seriously and must affect audiences in not only their minds, but their hearts as well. The biggest need in this script is the overdose scene, which is, however, the biggest problem. Many will want to censor this, but the idea is to show the reality of the situation, so it must be done correctly and delicately in order to not set off audience members. We will need the actor to swallow pills, which can be Tic Tacs or some other candy prop, and a lot of them. We must make this scene believable and dramatic, yet it cannot be too triggering. The goal of this production is to not only put up my first piece, but to also bring a true story to life on stage, in front of others who weren't there when the events actually happened. We want the audience members to come up with their own opinions on the situations at hand and to connect with every dramatic moment on stage. The protagonist has to go through a lot, and so should the audience. For this production, actors are required to be off book by a certain date. All actors must submit a small review of their characters by the second week of rehearsals and will be discussed with the playwright myself to develop a stronger connection with the character at hand. Phase 1. Auditions for 3 days. Phase 2. Rehearsals for 6 to 8 weeks. Phase 3. Performances for a weekend, Friday through Sunday. The budget. Set and props will only need about $100, maybe less. Lighting and sound is going to be provided by the theater, but we want to be able to pay our staff. Costumes will be about $300, but that might not happen because we are going to ask the actors to bring in their own costumes. The stipend for the staff, such as the stage manager and the director, will be about $200. Actor salaries, well, they'll be volunteer, so there is no actor salary. The audition space will be at Ripley Greer Studios for $40 a day. Rehearsal space will be also at Ripley Greer Studios for $50 a day. The performance space is at New Perspectives Theaters Company, which does not have any payments at this time. One of the biggest ways I want to advertise this show is through organizations like NAMI and AFSP, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. These are suicide and mental health organizations that do events like suicide prevention walks, doggy suicide prevention park walks, and other fundraising events. With their help to advertise, we will be able to grow our targeted audiences. I will also use standard social media like Facebook and Instagram, and the New Perspectives Theater Company will help through their women's works advertising. Casting is to be determined. Here is a list of the characters and what we're looking for. There are many situations throughout this play that need technical effects. Due to the space we are performing in, we don't have too much to work with. Lighting and sound are crucial here. We have a drowning sequence, memory flashbacks, trauma, stress, anxiety attacks, and so on. We will need underwater looks, strobe lights, dramatic changes in effects, and so on. We will also need loud sound effects that will almost shake the room or slightly startle audiences. Voiceovers will also be used throughout the production. New Perspectives Theater Companies providing most elements, lighting, sound, producer, etc. But we need to find a director. I have two amazing people in mind. One is older and has more experience, however, he usually specializes in Shakespeare, so I'm not sure if the show can get done the way I envision it. The other is young, but has gone through their own trauma and has been around for some of the events that transpire in the show, so I feel like he would get the show the most. This will be determined a week before auditions. From my perspective, I want the director to really sit down and talk to me about these sensitive situations. I want them to be as close to the actual events as possible, and for that to happen, the director must seriously focus on my story and research and study mental illness. This show flashes back and forth between moments in time while one person tells the story. It has a lot of exposition, which needs fixing, so I need this director to know how to handle that and how to follow my instruction to get the show done precisely. The message of the story is to show the inside of the mind of someone who is abused and mentally ill. Someone with depression, anxiety, and other disorders need to feel like they aren't alone, that they aren't the only one suffering through their darkness. This show is tragic, but that's the reality of the world we live in, and audiences need to see that there isn't always a happy ending. Set design. We will only use 2 chairs throughout the show, which might change, but for now, let's keep it simple. They will move throughout the show to symbolize other set pieces, like a toilet. We might need a small cafe-style table as well, but again, that is to be determined. For costume design, the costumes are going to be reviewed by the playwright of cast members and what they have in their closet. The cast has creative freedom here and will send photos of the ideas. Then we will pick the best ones to wear in rehearsal and pick a final costume by Tech Week. Finally, I will provide a link to a copy of Scrubs. Thank you.